Hello again. This time I'm doing another episode where I create or try to create a shoulder mount for my Blackmagic camera. Now these shoulder mounts, and I'm yet to buy one. The base rate is sort of expensive, so I'm going to make something out of what I have at home and what I've obviously purchased in the past. I have these brackets here, aluminium bars, which I sort of dismantled. I've taken these off. Now my plan with this is to pull out these rivets or drill out these rivets and replace them with bolts so that I can sit them nice and tight like that, and then sort of bash that in there and have it so I can grab it with my hand like that. The heavy metal thing that I put my camera on. This from an old kid's bike seat. So like this, whatever. And just some bits and pieces. My bolt set from Bunnings. My trusty drill. Drill bits from Aldi. And so on. Now I'll try and demonstrate what I am looking for with this. So I might make a few mistakes here, but we'll see. Now we want these brackets here. Right. And so with this side, I'm going to bolt these brackets in. So here, here, and here. And then I am going to somehow basically mount this entire thing on here. And so I'll leave that, well, I can't leave that there. Yeah, it's toppling over there anyway. And then I am going to somehow drill that in here and add the bar on there like that. And then somehow with the final result, I'm going to back here try to mount this on here. So this will become an entire thing. So let's get moving on to the first thing that I want to do is try and figure out how the hell I'm going to mount this on. Right, so this size is pretty big. Shit. So we're going to need on either side 2, 4, and then 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's the 6th one. Like that. And then I'm going to need to figure out my size So, that is massive, but you never know. For this, I am essentially going to drill the first hole up top here. And then, so 1, 2, 3, pick. Another one. And then the final one. There's no flipping that, so we're going to be dangerous here. And the final one. Good, good, good. And then the hardest part is trying to get it all to listen to you, you know. And we're going to have to try and mark this. Right. So. Two, three. So we're going straight into aluminium here, so let's give that a crack. And this one I'm going straight through rubber. Okay, now we've got to check if we can go all the way through. Yep. So she's going to be a tight squeeze, that one. We are going to try and bolt this in. This first one in place. Try and get that in. And then under. Without using any spacers as yet. The only issue is this side here. It's hitting a groove on that side right there, but I'm not too sure I'm going to worry about that, as I just want to see if this task is going to work at all. And I'm just going to tighten all this later on when the time comes. Just to make sure the bolt fits. Now, so far so good. You know, I mean, that can get tight enough where it might not slip, but, and then we are going to just repeat the process for the other side. Same process, just trying to pre-drill a marker hole. 1, 2, and go to the last one. Like so. Now we're just going to have to go with it. And on the outside we want the bolt. Like that. Look at that. I'm going to continue the process of trying to tighten everything here. Nice and tight. And now that we've got that sorted, we need to make sure we can underneath work with these bolts here. As if we can't, we might have an issue. Alright, one. And let's see, what are we going to bolt in? Smaller bolt this time. And make sure we can clear that the way we want, which is almost perfect. I might use washers this time. Yeah, why not? Why not? And today the wind is fucking high. Together. Now so far that's in. And now it's all about working out the rest of this. We're going to drill holes in this little diamond thing here, and then bolting this camera thing I made last time. To go about there, do a little, so these two, 1, 2, make just a little bit of a marker I gave it. Right. And for me, I want to put the spacer here, and this is going to be the hard part. Not too big. This side, right? And then try to get a spacer under there. And now like so. And then to be straight on somehow, you know? But I'm gonna get that other bolt in first, I'd say. Same process again and again. It's in, but it's not extremely tight. It's definitely bolted down a lot. So with this, again, we're going to have something that's front heavy. And I don't know if I need to counter that. I somehow work it out. Like even that would be okay. Or like you know, that could be all right. Like I don't know how close or what this needs to go right here. Yeah. But working it out. Right. Another difficult task. Trying to drill out this and putting a bolt in the place of it. But my only issue is I might need to actually screw it in here first and then try and get that out, or potentially drill it out now and then putting the bolts in later. Yeah, maybe that's a better idea. Just trying to find the right size. Got it. Did, but it didn't do what I wanted. So now I've got to try and drill that frame thing in, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know if I need a pre-drilled hole, so we have to give that a crack with obviously the smallest drill bit in the world. Right. No. Well, that pre-drilled hole worked a lot better than not pre-drilling the hole. And oh, the other one's already in there. Perfect. Well, she's in. Bolt that in. Put a something. Hopefully we can find something. Because if we end up destroying the rubber, we end up screwing up the whole thing. And this whole process requires me not to break any of it. More of a hole in this. There we go. Engine. Essentially, we're trying to stop this from moving anymore. Probably other ways to do this, and this is probably dramatic. In the process on the opposite side, just double checking that when we get this done, it's going to work the way we need it to. All in all, it's going to be whatever it is, you know. And now we have to find the screws. And we found it on the ground. Not too crazy with it because I'm pretty much threading the actual screw. Now, nice little push in there. Helps a lot. And I probably would have put some spacers in there, washers rather, because currently it's just bending the rubber inward. But all in all, I'm happy with that. Trying to bash in some poles. Have our metal bars that we have to put in now. And try and squish it on there before we bash it in with a hammer. That could do more damage. Yeah, we're going to have to swap sides, right? Ah, bugger. Want the tighter end on. Otherwise, we're going to have problems. There we go. Now they're both in. This is what we have so far. And now our fun little task, which I'm guessing will be the final result, is trying to mount this kid's bicycle seat and having the missus not get mad at me. So, right. I guess that's what we're going with. Original goal was to actually use a really long bolt, but in our situation we don't have that option. So now I'm going to struggle to get this on. So it turns out I have the bolts for this, right, for the toy. And now I need to figure out what we're doing, right? What are we doing? What are we doing? This is what we need. And now we gotta hope that we can line this all up. Figure out a couple things. And then, at the same rate, is that going to work for us? Right. Let's go. I'm probably going to realistically, unless I stick some sort of weight on this end, it just rests on my shoulder. It's nowhere near perfect, but I'm pretty happy so far. So to finish this off, we need to put something, wedge something in there. I think we're just going to have to slap in some more aluminium, but what can we get away with? One? It's the only thing I need to know. Is one the only number? One piece. Bit of metal here, and I am ready to use it. Right, so I did it on an angle just cause, but we'll see how we go anyway. I still have to maneuver it a little bit. I mean, it's going to be hard work, because essentially I want it like that, right? Right? I don't know. Hey, yay, yay. Here goes nothing. Probably nothing at all. Realistically, I'm not complaining. No, look at that. Goofy attributes, but all in all, I mean, yeah.